What's better than awakening the demon lord inside you? Or is it Hollow Lord? For a certain time, Bleach felt like it was repeating the same old formula over and over again. Some cast member gets kidnapped, and everyone runs off to save him or her. But the scene that changed my mind was Ichigo's battle with Ulquiorra. Over time, the anime had shown the hidden power within Ichigo, but the time it reached its fullest extent was when he met his defeat at the hands of Ulquiorra. With the feeling of powerlessness and Orihime's vulnerability overwhelming him, Ichigo rose up from the dead in his new Vasto Lord form, not only surprising the audience.
What happens when the anime premise needs to throw in some adventure? Simple. They create a whole continent for the adventurers to explore. In the world of Gunjo no Magmel, a new continent named Magmel appears, and it's up to the adventurers to explore it. But things aren't as easy as you think. The new land seems to be filled with all kinds of wild beasts, so to combat them comes the anglers. And as you guessed from the title of this video, the angler we're going to speak of is not someone the beasts like really well. Inu is a search and rescue angler who is way too overpowered for his job and can make even the most dangerous of beasts run back to their den in fear.
He might be the naive and dumb teenager in the original Fate series, but the Unlimited Blade Works route, along with Ufotable's animation, managed to give his character an overpowered spin by showing the potential of his Unlimited Blade Works. The clash between Shiru and Archer wasn't limited to just the physical fight. It was also a clash of ideals of what Emiya believed and what Archer tried too hard to deny. At the climax of their battle, Archer summons Emiya to his own reality marble, but Emiya turns the tables as he awakens his own power within the creations of Archer. With his mind clear and Kiritsugu's words echoing inside his mind, Emiya creates weapons all around him and meets Archer face to face.
Lots of skyscrapers, lots of snipers, lots of killers, and lots of upskirts. That's high-rise invasion for you. It takes both skyscraping and fan service to a whole new level by implementing a death game on top of skyscrapers, and then giving weird masks for talented snipers. The main female cast is a rather love or hate type, but that's until she earns the god power. Don't know what I mean? Well, I can't clearly dive into the specifics since I'll be heading into spoiler territory, so you have to watch the anime to find out. At least you'll stop enjoying skyscrapers after finishing the first season.
Manga readers may know who was behind this all along, but let the suspense hang in the air because I want to keep this video manga spoiler free. In their final battle, the female titan manages to overpower Eren for a second time and bring him to his knees. But that isn't enough to stop our favorite revenge maniac. Echoing the words of his hatred, Eren rises back, but this time awakening the full power of his titan and going berserk as he easily overpowers the female titan. I know, speak of bad karma. Of course, I wouldn't do justice if I won't give credit to Sawano's incredible music in the background and the effort of all the animators.
Replace titans with large bugs and then you've got the perfect clone of Attack on Titan. And the great thing is you don't have to wait for 4 seasons to see character development, because our main character comes hella overpowered in the first season itself. Here we have Junpei Tsukishima from the pest control department who does more work than your average pest controlling guy, as he defeats monsters one after the other with his skill. But don't think this anime is always about fighting giant bugs who knock on your door. The central theme of man is the real enemy pops up over and over again, because what is the point of a dystopian apocalypse show if you don't add some cynicism to the mix?
Our rubber boy with slippers and a straw hat isn't always fun and cheerful, especially not when his brother's life is on the line. Even if this meant running straight into Marineford with 1,000 Navy soldiers all waiting to cut him down, Luffy wasn't about to give up. But even with his best efforts, the execution still continues, and with a single burst of powerful emotion, Luffy awakens the Conqueror Haki and makes his soldiers unconscious. Besides being an emotionally tough moment and a hype moment for all Luffy fans, this was also another big signal that Luffy was indeed the boy to become the Pirate King one day.
It's not actually the world's end, but it comes very close to it. Rather than being overpowered, it's more like the protagonist Willem is underrated, but suddenly surprises everyone with their power. World End, or Suka, happens in an apocalyptic world now attacked by mysterious beasts. To defend humanity and what's remaining, girls dubbed as leprechauns wield the ancient dug weapons and work hard to fend off these creatures. But don't expect a lot of laughs just because you saw that drama and romance tag in it, because soon this turns into a fantasy tragedy that will leave you weeping. But apart from having some great characters, this anime also has some impressive world building, which is very rare in fantasy anime nowadays. So if you're a fan of overpowered fantasy characters, then give this one a go.
Now I know there were plenty of instances Mob was at the peak of emotional breakdown and unleashed his powers, but the first time always leaves an impact, right? Even when Teru Hanazawa forced Mob to fight, he held back his attacks and let the one with the superior complex do the punching. But after being knocked down unconscious, he woke up awakening his psychic powers to its most powerful level. This state was shown with 3 question marks, which meant it went beyond his 100% psychic powers. It was soon proved true when he kicked the naked boy into the sky. No, that wasn't humiliation. That was a concluding move of a slugfest massacre.
Once again, we have China coming back with its unique animation and storytelling ways to weave another power fantasy tale that is heavily underrated. Xiaoling is just a normal university intern, but his life turns upside down when he realizes the world is full of evil spirits. Not that evil looking ghosts you see in horror movies, but evil spirits that make ghouls from Tokyo Ghoul look like toddlers. Now Xiaoling has to train in order to defeat them, and trust me, a university life is the last thing he should be worried about. The only problem is that every episode except the first is only 11 minutes long, but don't let that stop you.
Like transformation to show off. In his fight with the Witch Queen, Asta unlocked a form that no one knew about. This Black Bull rookie awakened a hidden demon inside him, letting out a raging scream mixed in with a black and red animation. Anyone who thought that Asta had reached the maximum level of his power was proved wrong once again, as this regular shonen protagonist proved that he'll keep leveling up as long as the show has episodes. The Witch Queen was giving a hard time to the Black Bulls, so if Asta hadn't awakened his power, things would surely not have ended well for them. Asta's black form also cleared his mind of all self-doubt, and soon he was showing Ladros how bad it was.
California dreaming about you. It's caught in the crossfire.